Hello everybody, it's Steven here and welcome back to another Android TV box review. Now some days ago we had a look at the Cedo X9 Android TV box, and yes, it's definitely great materials, and also the performance is okay, but I wanted to have something with a faster CPU and GPU. So yeah, I just found the Instabox Fantasy on eBay, and this little baby here retails for something like $180. You can find a link down below in the description if you want to check out the specs. Now yeah, regarding the specs, it's very powerful. It comes with the Allwinner A80 Octa-Core CPU. Then it also comes with a very powerful GPU, the PowerVR G6230. It's a 64-core GPU. That means we have two shading clusters, and each shading cluster contains 32 ALU cores. So yeah, it should be definitely enough for 4K gaming, but we'll test this a bit later. Now it comes with 2 GB of DDR3 RAM plus 16 GB of ROM, so internal Nand Flash. But it's also no problem to use extended storage. You can input TF cards up to 64 GB, I'm pretty sure also more is supported, and 1 MB to 3 TB hard drive support. So it comes with a SATA port, and that's the coolest thing ever, because I've never seen this before. You get a Sata cable and you can just connect some hard drives to it. You don't even need such a external case, and that's a very interesting thing. But yeah, it also comes with the usual stuff like Wi-Fi on board, Bluetooth on board, 3.5mm headphone jack, optical audio out, and it supports Kodi in 4K. Now yeah, there's one HDMI out. Unfortunately there's no HDMI in, because I really like the PVR feature on the Cedo X9. Now yeah, that's basically it. You can find a link with the shop and the specs down below in the description, so feel free to check it out. And now I would say let's go and let's do a quick unboxing on the Instabox Fantasy. And here it is, guys. So everything you can see here is included, comes pretty well packed in such black packages. And yeah, first of all, here the remote control. The remote control is okay, but it's only to turn the device on or off and not really much more. If you want to really control your mini PC or Android TV box here, then you should get yourself a Gyroscope remote control which is connected to the TV box over a wireless receiver, because otherwise with this remote control you have to point directly at the TV box, which is sometimes quite annoying. Yeah, we'll have a look at the TV box a bit later. Then it also comes with a HDMI cable. It's gold plated as you can see, so it looks like pretty good quality, and it's about 1.5 meters long. Yeah, that's one of the things you need to hook it up to your monitor, because we only have here HDMI out. Maybe there's also AV out, we'll later check it. And this here is the most interesting part. So this cable here is a SATA cable combined here with the power cable for SATA, and we can just quickly check this out here on the TV box. And you can see we have here the port, so a SATA port and a SATA power port. And it's a very cool thing, because with this connection cable you can directly connect any hard drive. A big one, a small one, it doesn't matter, and it mounts correctly. That's very cool. Then here a user manual, just a couple of pictures and a bit text. This is probably quite useless, because this thing is very easy to use. Just hook it up to power, to HDMI, and you're ready to go. Okay, then here the power supply, we can quickly check it out. Now the output is 2 amps at 12 volts. Now it comes with the correct power socket connector for my country, so no need to use an adapter. Yeah, looks okay, nothing special actually, just a normal power supply here with a DC-in connector. Okay guys, so basically that's everything you can find inside of the package. Then I would say let's go and let's have a closer look at the Android TV box. Now first of all, the front side. So on the front side you can see the Fantasy logo, that's the model. Then we have here A8 Ultra Octa-Core, and yeah, it's a 4K TV box. On the left side you can see that's the IR receiver for the remote control, so you have to point directly at that thing here, otherwise the remote control is not working, it's no wireless remote. Then yeah, we also have here a little hole, that's a LED which shows you if it's on or not. Now this device here, so the Fantasy box, is a bit bigger than the Minix Neo X8H, and yeah, it's also a bit more powerful and comes with more things. So yeah, the front side here and the top side looks pretty cool. It's a unibody design and it's made out of plastic. At the back side we can see the SATA port, so you can connect any hard drive you want to up to 3 TB, but just make sure that the hard drive is correctly formatted, otherwise it won't be detected. Here on the left side you can also see a SD card bay, so here you can input SD cards up to 64 GB, so 64 GB are officially supported, but maybe also more. And then here on the left side 2 USB 2.0 ports. Okay, then let's have a look at the next side. So yeah, here you can see some more ports. On the right side we have the DC-in jack. So here connect the DC-in connector and make sure it's 12 volts and 2 amps. So just use the power supply which you get with it. Here the optical audio out, then here AV out, which you can also use, but you have to use a adapter, HDMI, and it can output 4K, Full HD 720p, here a USB 3.0 OTG port, and a Ethernet port. So yeah, that's basically everything you need, and it's pretty cool that they made the USB 3.0 port the OTG port, because this makes more sense than the 2.0 ports. Then now let's quickly check out the build quality and the body here. So it's a full plastic body, comes here with the Instabox logo on the top. At the bottom side here we have a little sticker which tells us the power output and input, and you can see we have a lot of those ventilation holes, and they are to keep the system cool. Now it's a fanless design, so the heat has to go out of the device, and that's why we have ventilation holes at the bottom and here on the sides. Yeah, there are no ventilation holes on the top, and it gets a bit warm but not really hot in my opinion. And yeah, 12 volts to... what the fuck? So I guess they meant 12 volts and 2 amps, because yeah, that doesn't make much sense. Then also here at the bottom we have such stickers or rubber pads or however you want to call that, so that it doesn't slide around on your table and that you have a bit grip. Then here's also a hole, and I guess that's for the reset button. It's not labeled, that's a bit bad, but I guess under there, so in there actually, there's a reset button if the device hangs up. Okay, so that's basically it. Then now let's go and let's hook it up to my monitor. Alrighty guys, now here's my setup, and I really love that Samsung 4K monitor, it looks just great. So it's connected to that 4K monitor, here you can see the fantasy box, and I've connected here a 500GB hard drive, and yeah, it works pretty good. It spins up as soon as you power on the device, and then it mounts as a storage. Here you can see SD card, 16GB, yeah. Then also some USB devices are connected like mouse, keyboard and USB drive. Here the power supply, and the cable is just about 40 centimeters long, so make sure you have a free socket near your TV. Yeah, here we have a PS4 controller which we'll use for gaming. Also the PS3 controller works really good. Here the keyboard, so we're using the Logitech G105. I really love that keyboard because it's cheap and looks nice. And here my mouse, the G502 I think, yeah, also a very good mouse. Here we have some remote controls, yeah. We'll just use the basic Instabox remote control, and it's basically to turn the device on or off, but not really much more because yeah, it's very hard to navigate with this. Okay guys, then let's jump into Android. Alright ladies and gentlemen, we're now here in Android on the Instabox. And yeah, at the first look you can see it looks very basic. We have here the default launcher of KitKat, we have here a couple of pages on the home screen, no apps, no widgets, that's basically everything I have downloaded. Yeah, basic backgrounds from the KitKat wallpaper package, and that's it. Now if you want to replace the launcher, if you want to customize it, it's very easy, just download one from the Google Play Store. You have several buttons here at the bottom, like for instance menu button, back button, home button. Here also a screen capture button to take screenshots. Here you can adjust the volume, which you could also do with the remote control. But yeah, sometimes the remote control just sucks. Okay, then let's have a look at the menu and the apps and widgets we can find here. So here you can switch like in KitKat on your smartphone between apps and widgets. Widgets can as always be placed on the home screen. You also have a Android status bar, so this is really like a tablet, just bigger on your TV. Quick toggles like settings, Wi-Fi, location-based services, which is actually GPS, so location over internet. Then here also a button for screencasting, to take screenshots here, and yeah, to adjust the volume. Now if you don't want to use the remote control, you can also adjust the volume here. Okay, yeah, as I've said before, widgets can be placed on the home screen, but before we check that out, we'll quickly go to the settings and about the box. And here you can see we have system updates. And yeah, I'm not sure if they are working, if they're regular updates, but yeah, I packed it out, then I connected it, and there was no wireless update. So I guess it's up to date, and I have it now for 1 week, and there was no update right now. But yeah, I also didn't find any bugs, except of a little bug with Kodi, which is quite annoying, but we'll talk about this a bit later. And here you can see Wi-Fi, and this doesn't come with any external antenna, so we only have an internal antenna layout, but yeah, the signal is quite good, 72 Mbits, and it also finds the network of my neighbor. Now my neighbor is about 50 meters away, so the next house, and yeah, that's pretty good. Here you can see Ethernet, Bluetooth, it's also working, and yeah, data usage and the usual stuff like tethering and VPN. Then here we have the display settings. It's important to set here the correct display output. Here you can now see all supported resolutions, also 4K supported, and we'll test it a bit later. Okay, now storage. Yeah, we have here several partitions, also SD card, so you can see we have a lot of USB storage. And also if you connect a hard drive with the Sata cable, then it mounts in here. But make sure it's correctly formatted, otherwise it's not detected like my PS3 hard drive here. Okay, then here we have apps running in the background, and that looks pretty good. About 400 megabytes used, that means you still have 1.2 gigabytes of free RAM. That means, yeah, that means not all 2 gigabytes of RAM are usable, just like on the Cedo TV box, which I reviewed yesterday, seems to be quite common. Then yeah, here location-based services, security, language and input. And regarding the language, you can set it to every language which is natively supported by Android. Yeah, maybe some words are not good translated, but yeah, that's Android, guys. Okay, then here we have developer options, so the usual stuff, USB debugging if you want to connect it to the computer, update the firmware or whatever. But yeah, also OTAs are working. Now let's quickly have a look at some apps and widgets. Now widgets can be placed on the home screen just like on your smartphone. Just tap at them or click at them or whatever, and then you can place them here somewhere on one page of the home screen. Now, yeah, browsing through the pages feels okay, but sometimes there's a slight amount of lag. So I would recommend to switch the launcher because there are really good launchers on the internet, some of them also free. And this is not the perfect launcher for a TV box because yeah, it's pretty hard to see all the icons and to access everything. Okay, then let's go quickly here through the features and the apps. Now, for instance, casting is a very important thing, like you can stream something to a TV box or stream from the TV box to a wireless monitor or whatever. Yeah, and this is fully supported and we'll test it a bit later. Then let's also check the browser, and if you're on the TV box, and this is like on your computer, so you can see all the pages here in the full version, not the mobile version, and this really replaces your smart TV. You can browse the internet, download apps. I'm currently here in this German forum, so Android-Hilfe, and I was just checking out this issue I have with Kodi, but yeah, there's a fix for that, and I'll later tell you about it. Okay guys, then let's go back. So that was the browser. If you have a mouse, the right click is actually the back button, so that's a pretty good thing. But a Air mouse is very good too, so check it out. Now let's have a look at the ES File Explorer. The ROM, so actually the whole box here comes pre-rooted. That's pretty good because you have access to the whole file system. We can go here to the device storage. You can see we have a system, everything is in here, so build prop, whatever. But please, don't delete anything in here for storage reasons. You will fuck up the ROM. Trust me guys, please don't do it. But I really like that they trust their customers, they pre-root it, because with root you can damage a lot, but also do awesome things. So it comes with super use and that's great. Now also Hulu, Netflix and all that crap is pre-installed, so that pay to win thing. And yeah, it just playbacks in 720p I think. Now here we have Kodi, and Kodi is very bugged. So when I open it up, it just crashes. Now I'll just try to delete now the cache and then delete the whole app and reinstall it from Kodi.com. Now I'll try to contact the customer service and tell them the problem because yeah, this is a huge problem for some unexperienced Android users because they don't know how to fix it. Then now let's go and let's quickly test Kodi. Maybe let's also have a quick look at the basic remote control. And yeah, it's really very basic. Now you can adjust the volume, you can switch to the cursor mode and then use here the arrow buttons. But yeah, that's basically it. You can switch the box on or off, and that are all the features. But also, this is a IR remote control, so you have to point directly at the TV box to make it work. So if you want to use it like this, so if you point on the monitor, then you can see it's not working. You have to point at the TV box, and then it's working. Now, to bypass this, you can get a Gyroscope Mouse, which connects to the TV box over 2.4 GHz, so with a wireless receiver. And it's definitely worth it. You can get such remote controls for something like $50 or $30, so they're quite cheap, maybe even less, so it depends on which model you want to have. And it's just like a Wii mode, so you can also play games with that, and I would definitely recommend it, because the default remote control which is included is just to switch it on or off, and actually not really much more. Oh yeah guys, I've now switched from full HD output to 4K output, and yeah, you can see it's working, and 4K looks really fabulous. But we only have here 4K 30Hz. So 60Hz, 50Hz or something is not supported, even though my monitor would support it, but yeah, the device cannot output it. Okay, now we can start Kodi here in 4K, and yeah, Kodi now works really good, it starts up very fast, but the version which was pre-installed, so 14.0 something, had some huge bugs, so it crashed all the time. Then you just go to the app manager, uninstall Kodi, go to Kodi.tv, download the APK, and you can install it directly here on the Android TV box. So yeah, once you do that, you can run it for the first time. It takes a bit longer, but then it starts up in a couple of seconds, and also works here really good, absolutely not laggy or something. Okay, now what is Kodi? It's actually XBMC, so Xbox Media Center, got renamed a couple of times, but it's definitely the best media center out there. easy to use, has a lot of functions. You can even watch movies and everything for free, but I won't show you how to do this. Pictures, videos, music, programs, system, everything in here. We can quickly go here to the system settings, and the video output here is Full HD, but it just displays here in the settings Full HD. Now you can edit here a XML file or something to get 4K here, but actually it is 4K, it just displays here Full HD. So that's a simple problem which exists actually for a long time, also on a lot of other TV boxes. But yeah, let's try to playback something in 4K because this should work. Let's go to videos. Then here we have files, and on my USB drive I have here the Hobbit 4K trailer. But yeah, you don't have to connect the USB drive, you can connect a hard drive, you can also stream from your computer. There are almost unlimited possibilities with Kodi, it's really awesome, guys. Okay, then let's try to playback here the Hobbit trailer, and there we go. Let's see how it performs in 4K. Okay, well, the sound sounds really strange. I think that's actually, wait, let me check this. Okay, that's the volume amplification, I think. Yeah, now it sounds better. So be sure you turn that volume amplification down, otherwise it sounds really distorted. Then let's have a look at the frame rate and everything, so if it's laggy or not. And there is maybe a small amount of lag. Actually, yeah, you almost don't see it, so I think there's a slight amount of lag, so maybe here you can see it a bit. But yeah, looks pretty good. So also in Full HD there is absolutely no lag, maybe here in 4K just a little bit, but it also depends from which media you're doing the playback. Like if you stream over the network, maybe there's more lag, so yeah, it really depends, but it can definitely playback 4K. This was a 2-minute trailer, and you can see it has about 250 megabytes, so huge file size. Okay guys, now yeah, that's basically it. That was Kodi. You can also play back your music, you can do a lot of cool stuff, so I would say just watch a tutorial on Kodi or just check out what it can do on the website, because it's really awesome. So we're now here back in the menu of the Instabox, and yeah, the Kodi performance was really good. 4K looked really good, there was just a slight amount of lag, it's almost not noticeable, but yeah, I think it's there. And in Full HD there's absolutely no lag. Then it comes with the Google Play Store pre-installed. Let's try to download 6-Axis, and this app is definitely worth the €3 or something because it allows you to play over Bluetooth with your PlayStation controller. You need root access for this app, but yeah, this box is pre-rooted, so absolutely no problem. Just download it and install it. The next thing we have here is Miracast Receiver. So now let's go and let's do a quick screencast test. Now, as I've told you before, it's also possible to stream the picture from your smartphone or tablet to the TV box. And this works surprisingly well. All you have to do is just connect both devices to the same Wi-Fi network, and then you're actually ready to go. Just start Miracast and then connect to the TV box, and as you can see, this works really good. And it's a nice thing if you want to show something to your friends, but yeah, the screen from your smartphone is too small. Or if you just want to game here on the smartphone, but you want to see it on a big monitor or something. So yeah, there are unlimited possibilities also to stream a movie or something. And there's just a very short delay, as you can see, and yeah, the colors look different because we have 2 different displays. Okay guys, so yeah, that's Miracast. It's working really good with just a very short lag, and I would say it's pretty good here on the Fantasy TV box. Now streaming the screen from your smartphone or tablet to the TV box works really good, so it's nice to show something to other people, so to a group, and it's almost lag free, so there's a slight amount of lag, so it lags behind a bit, but yeah, I would say the performance is really good. Okay, then let's check out the rest. So the basic music player, which I'm not going to use because I use Kodi. Here we have MySpace. Who the fuck uses MySpace? I don't know anybody who uses this. Okay, then here we have Netflix. And yes, I have a Netflix abo, but yeah, the problem is when you watch it on such Android boxes, then you will see that the resolution is very low. So I guess it's less than 720p or something, because yeah, on mobile devices you're not allowed to watch in Full HD or something. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that's not a problem with the TV box, that's a problem which Netflix should fix, because otherwise I will desubscribe. Okay, Photos Play Store, I'm not sure what Plex is, I've never used this before, and I'll probably not sign up here. Real Racing Free, Screen Stream Mirroring, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Super SU, and you probably have to update the binary, so just choose the normal way because there is no custom recovery, and then reboot the system. Here we once again have system update. We can just check for the update, but I guess it's the latest version. Yeah, currently up to date. I cannot tell you if there are updates and if there will be lollipop or something, but yeah, let's just wait what the future brings. Okay, that's basically it. Here we have also an old version of XBMC. Okay, probably that caused some issues with Kodi, so you should definitely just go with Kodi and uninstall XBMC. Then also pre-installed is the YouTube app, so you could even use that TV box here to watch some YouTube videos on your TV. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing, somehow a mix between a PC and tablet connected to your TV. Then I would suggest let's do some benchmarks, and after this you will hear my conclusion about the Instabox Fantasy. Oh yeah guys, so here's a quick 4K gaming test, so let's see if it's laggy or not, and if it's laggy we'll do a full HD gaming test to see the difference. Now we're going to use a PlayStation 3 controller because the PlayStation 4 controller is for some reason not working in the game, and I would say let's get directly started and let's drive around here in the game. Okay, so there we go. And okay. Frame rate 20 FPS with FPS drops, maybe a bit more. Oh well, that's laggy. Holy crap. But yeah, this game also has pretty good graphics. Okay, I would say it's playable, but oh holy crap, there are some lag spikes in between. That's not nice. Holy crap. Okay, so anyway, it would be a waste to play this game here in 4K because, yeah, we don't even have 4K textures in the game. So the textures are something like, I don't know, 720p, but you see, it still takes a lot of performance to play even such a crappy game here in 4K. Oh my god. Okay, so that's it. That was the gameplay here in 4K. Then I would say now let's try it here in Full HD and let's see the difference. So yeah, I've now switched to Full HD instead of 4K and let's see if it's better. So there we go. Oh my god, that's much better. We still have some lag spikes in between, but really not as high as like on 4K. And yeah, it's a lot better. Maybe I would also have to restart the game so it can clear the cache. But yeah, it's much better in Full HD. Probably on 720p you can play every Android game on maximum. But yeah, on 4K games like Candy Crush or such shitty games without graphics would be no problem. But graphic intense games like Real Racing 2 or something, yeah, they will definitely not run as good like in 720p. Then here's another gaming test of Modern Combat, so maybe just the racing game wasn't good optimized. But yeah, also Modern Combat has some very good graphics, and there are some very small lags here in Full HD. In 4K it's almost unplayable. So playing games in Full HD is definitely possible and shouldn't be a huge problem. But yeah, if you play in 4K then it's really very laggy. But if you play poker games or some crap, then this definitely works in 4K, but such shooters, racing games or other games, they would probably be a problem in 4K. But yeah, I can say in Full HD the games here run really good, just looks like on the PlayStation, and yeah, it's also a lot of fun to play with a controller here on the Instabox. Now here's a quick video test in the Antutu video tester. So this is quite important to see which audio codecs and which video codecs are supported. And yeah, everything is supported, so it supports here 30 audio codecs and video codecs. And we can see result normal, 2K, 4K, everything supported, also MKVs because some other people have asked. Then here at the bottom, MP4s for instance and web movies are perfect, so yeah, that should play back very fine. Now, if there would be something red, then it would mean it doesn't play back on no audio or something, but you can see it can play back all types of media. Mobile medias, then MP4s, 2K and 4K, that's absolutely no problem on the Instabox Fantasy. Alright guys, we're now here at the end of this review of the Instabox Fantasy TV box. And yeah, it performed really good. I've expected that it would probably just get out more FPS in gaming, but it's quite okay because it performs much better than other Android TV boxes I have here, because there's everything unplayable in 4K. So gaming on the Instabox Fantasy was really okay, but expect to have some lags when you play heavy 3D games. Now it can only run Android, but we for instance sell some mini PCs which have exactly the same size on monkeymobiles.com, and they can run Windows 8, Windows 7 and also play some games, so they're quite cool. And if you're interested, feel free to check them out. Okay, so yeah, the Instabox, pretty cool, maybe a bit expensive, $180, but yeah, you get a very good GPU and very good CPU, performs much better than the dual cores and quad cores I have here, because if you start a game in 4K, then they sometimes even hang up. But yeah, this one here performed quite well, as you can see, 4K playback is not a problem. Now, yeah, the design is very simple, plastic body, maybe the design could look better, but yeah, it depends on the board, and I think it looks quite okay. So yeah, it looks like this mini ITX PC we have here. All in all, the Instabox Fantasy, yeah, quite nice. The 4K Kodi problem is actually just a Kodi problem and not a TV box problem, but you can definitely play back in 4K. And yeah guys, that's basically it. You can find a shop link to eBay down below in the description. And I didn't find any negative things, maybe just like the ROM is very basic. So for instance on the C2 X9 they made a ROM which was so beautiful, easy to use launcher and regular OTA updates. Now I'm really not sure if you will see here OTAs very often, but yeah, when I get one I will just post a comment down below or something to inform you guys. All in all, Fantasy box not bad. I really like the SATA feature, which makes it like a hot swap station for SATA drives. Really a cool thing, but make sure that your hard drives are correctly formatted, otherwise it's not working. Yeah, shop link down below in the description. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope I see you again in my next videos. Have a nice day and bye bye.